mood, baby.
We in here, yeah, we in here, 'cause we been.
Y'all better get comfortable with saying black.
We in here, yeah, we in here, 'cause
Black versus the Board of Education.
Cause we can't get rid of us now. We in here, yeah, we in here. Cause we can't get rid of us now. And you know that we won't ever go because we've been here.
That's why we are indeed a whole mood.
That's it.
Happy Monday, party people. We are Black versus the Board of Education, back for season 6. Y'all, you know, it wouldn't be a party without us in the room. And as you saw, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back, and I would love for you to know who is in the building. As always, it's me, Miss Laureen, the captain of the ship, but I need you to know that my co-hosts are in the building today, and we're going to start with the lovely lady to my left. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my love.
Hey, it's your girl Keela.
Now, Keela, season 6, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We're starting off with a bang. I don't know what's going on in this room. I think that, you know, I'm not really sure how the season is going to go,
Right.
but, you know, we're going to try to keep it moving. Hey, what's going on? I'm going to call you A because that's what's on your jersey.
I'll
A.
take it. My name is Adrian. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And we started off really, really early today, and we wouldn't be complete without guests in the building. And back for his second time on a podcast show. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Fox. Happy Monday to everybody.
Happy Monday indeed. And last but not least, rounding out the crew today, we have a student guest co-host joining us today. And I've been talking to him for at least 2 years about coming and joining the panel. And he's decided to grace us with his presence. Y'all give it up for the youngest member of the team today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
My name's Terrell. I go to Elk Grove High School, and Miss Lorraine's been trying to get me on the podcast for a minute.
And you ain't listen. That's okay though.
I've been trying.
How did you try?
I asked you what
You asked me what?
I asked you what days the podcast were.
See, it's been Mondays for the last 4 years. But we gonna play along, sir. We're gonna play along.
Practice and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Today was just one of my free days, so I decided.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and gracing us with your presence. You know, it's never a party without you in the building. And so with season 6, we have a lot to cover, a lot to update everybody about, but Fox is about to knock the table over. But while we're thinking about what we're going to cover first, Terrell, so you went from how many schools? You went from what, Bradshaw Christian, right?
We're talking about like my high school.
Yeah, but you was at Bradshaw Christian last year.
Last year I went to Bradshaw Christian.
Okay, and now you're at Elk Grove High School. Is there a big difference between the campuses for you?
I mean, there's a difference in size.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, there's difference in races and things like that. But I mean, the biggest difference is really just the sizes of the school. All schools really offer the same. I mean, I could say the same amount of education, but everybody requires the same things to graduate. But there's just more people, different ethnicities, religions, et cetera, than just a smaller school like Bradshaw. So.
Okay. Do you like it better, or do you wish you were someplace else?
Like,
back where you was at.
Oh no. I like Elk Grove more. You know, like I said, there's more people. There's different things for me to do. You know, I'm challenged more. Like I said, there's like just different things for me to do. Like outside of basketball, like Bradshaw. Bradshaw being a smaller school, there's only like a select amount of things that I could do there versus Elk Grove. It's a bigger school. It's been around longer, so they offer different clubs, different sports, you know, so forth and so on. So yeah, just things like that.
Okay. You know, as a former Valley Viking, our nemesis was the Elk Grove Thunder and Herd. So we have smoke on site. I just need you to know that. And also, I want the listening public to know that just because you're having a good start to the school year does not mean we're going to take our foot off the gas when it comes to Elk Grove and their responsibilities to Black students. Keela, girl,
Hey.
We haven't seen each other on this platform in a while. Why don't you tell us something that you've been up to? What's been going on since the summer? You know, right before we signed off, we were going into celebration weekend. Right. It's been a long time, y'all. So tell us something that's been going on with BGSN. What's been new? What's popping?
Okay, so lately with BGSN, we did a summer camp. So we did that for a week.
1 or 2?
We did 2.
Okay.
So one was a full week long, and then the other one was 3 days. I believe the BGSN camp was 3 days, and then we had a fashion design camp that was a week, Monday through Friday.
And what was the differences between the two? Which one did you enjoy more?
I definitely like the fashion camp because I was learning new things. I was learning how to make a stuffed animal or make a skirt or just like different things. So I thought that was really cool because even some of the girls, they kind of knew how to do those things and they were helping other girls. It was just good to see like girls helping other girls out. And then the BGSN camp, that was cool because we had deep conversations. We were talking about what it is to be a Black girl, your hair, just your confidence levels. And like we did this exercise and you had to give somebody a compliment next to you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was like really cool. All the girls were like super friendly. They all have a group chat now. So they all friends. So it was really cool.
Are you in the group chat?
I am not in the group chat.
That's how I feel when y'all tell me y'all in the group chat. Anyway, hey, Adrian.
Okay.
So you guys have been growing, doing a lot with BBSN, and I want Fox to jump in here with you. Tell me something new that you're exploring or things that you're taking on responsibilities now that you are back.
Yeah,
Summer
so
has wound down.
before last season, it was kind of BBSN rebooted. So we're kind of finding our new direction of where we wanted to go with BBSN. But I feel like now we found it. We got a consistent group of kids. We've been making a lot of progress with the kids. And we're in schools now.
So that is definitely new for you guys.
Yeah,
right?
it's a change. Dealing with kids, and not only Black kids, but
All the
kids in general. It's a lot.
Do you think that they look to you all to just, I don't know, I've seen how the children react to you guys when you go on campus. Do you think that it was something that was needed or necessary, or do you think they were missing something?
Yeah, I think our presence is definitely felt there. You could tell it's needed just by how the kids interact with us. It's different than teachers and yard duties because you could tell that they don't really care about the kids. So it's refreshing when we come in and we're playing with everybody and we're not restricted to as teachers where we can't do certain things. We're just ourselves and we're able to have fun with them.
That's dope. Now, Fox, you guys are both on a particular campus and you're going to be starting on a different campus come October. What are some of the things that you've noticed with the schools, in particular the children, when you all show up?
I think one of the main things I notice when they see us show up, they're happy to see us. Make sure that we're real intentional in the way that we treat them, in the way that we listen to their actual problems, whether their problems be something that really doesn't matter that much, but it's their problem, and whether they know.
And when you say really doesn't matter, what you're saying is in the grand scheme of things, in the importance level.
In the importance of, it's some of their problems are very minimum as far as a child.
Yeah.
They're crying because she doesn't like the way her hair is done, or he doesn't like that his mom didn't get him some of the things they discuss. They just want to be heard,
right?
And they just want somebody to acknowledge the fact that this is how I feel, and that's what I mean. I don't mean like their problems don't matter, but some of their problems are very minute. And if somebody just takes the time to listen to that actual problem, that child can get past that and move on to something else and grab onto some more meat. And that's what we're there for. We're there not just to listen, but to get that problem out the way and put something on the plate for them that's more meaningful for them, so that they can be able to better equip themselves facing other challenges they'd be facing when we're not in their presence, when they have to go home, when they're in the classroom with the teacher who really doesn't care, or when they have to deal with some of the problems at home with their parents. Some of these children have a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
Some of these children are living in foster care homes. Some of these children are living in homes that are not financially equipped to deal with the child's needs. They're equipped to deal with the fact that the child has a t-shirt on, but the child itself might know that, man, this t-shirt went through 3 different people before it came to me.
Right.
And then comes the teasing. And then comes one of us that he wants to tell it to, and it's up to us to make their feelings feel better, make them feel validated, give them a level of understanding of, hey, I understand your situation, give them a way of looking at their situation in a more humbling aspect, and then get them to focus on what the true goal is, so that you can better your situation yourself. Because it's one thing for us to advocate for them. it's another thing for us to teach them to advocate for themselves, or to equip them with the tools that they need to speak up for themselves when nobody is around.
Right. And so as I'm listening to you guys talking, again, I'm mostly on campuses with you guys because I'm trying to ward off the teachers and the administrators in terms of what it is your responsibility is to when you're on campus. Your responsibilities are not to come in and be the disciplinarian, and that's a lot of what they try to herd you into, making sure that you guys do their jobs. And so I get to play the I don't know. I don't want to call it a bad cop, but
Mother hen.
I get to play the mother hen and go on there and make sure you guys are able to do what you're good at. And as I've watched you, other people are watching you too. So we have like a waiting list of different schools wanting you all to come on campus, which I think is super dope. Because normally when we go to campuses, we don't see a lot of y'all. We see a lot of white women, a lot of white men, maybe a couple of Asians sprinkled here and there, some Latinos here and there, but we rarely get to see Black men who are actually authentically Black. And I said it. And if you have a problem, my email is lpryor@bylp.org. Because a lot of times we see that they have to become somebody else in order to fit into the culture of a school. So to see you all get to go on there and be authentically you is dope to me. Terrell, would you benefit from them being on your campus, do you think? Or you think they'd be watching you too hard and you'd have a level of accountability? What you say?
I mean, I always like to be held accountable. I hold others accountable.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask your mama about that.
Don't say that.
Go ahead. I mean, yeah, along with others, I feel like every campus needs a support network for Black boys just around schools, because there's things that we go
and you can say Black with your full chest. It's okay. I saw how you Black boys.
But there's just things that we go through that other races don't have to go through, and it's not talked about in everyday lives. So.
Can we give people in the back an example? I mean, because people will say, I don't know what you mean. All boys go through the same type of
discrimination in the classroom, for one.
Talk to them, Terrell.
Other races, nobody's going to say it, but other races, there's a clear difference in how some teachers treat different races, whether they favor their race or they favor a gender other than other races or other genders like that. And it just causes a diversion in the classroom where I may not like this teacher because of how they treat me. But the school administrators aren't going to listen because, that's their staff. They're going to pick that side every single time. So.
Listen, you speak in my love language, Terrell. So you hear this young man, young boy. Sorry. You hear him talking, and I keep hearing the little peanut gallery, ooh, like over here, right? So what are you thinking as you're listening to what he's saying, right?
I don't know. I just think, I was in high school once, and I agree, and it's just crazy because we're an age gap, right? And the same things are still going on.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how they don't implement programs that do benefit because, there's not enough money in the budget, or it's that. It's just I feel like if you really want to benefit from something, you would do it.
Yeah.
So it just sucks hearing that because it keeps going on. How long is it going to go on for?
Well, the problem is they expect Black people to work for free. And they will let you come on their campus as long as you're volunteering your time. However, we've put in enough work in this game to where we're not working for free anymore. You're not going to exploit us for the things or the expertise that we bring to the table. I got 16 of y'all I got to worry about. And so that doesn't mean I can sacrifice your time without there being some payoff for that. And so I think that, we have gotten to the point where we have to require people to put some skin in the game. And so tell me about the physical and the mental toll it takes on you to actually show up and constantly deal with problems or deal with young people who are emotional because they have not been taught the tools to self-regulate.
Yeah, it can be tough because you kind of always have to be available. And every time you show up to a school, you kind of have to show up with the level-headed. And even if your mental health is not right, you got to make sure it's right when you're speaking to certain students because they pick up on that. So I think that's why we advocate for self-care and making sure that you're right with yourself before you can help others, because hearing a lot of different problems every day is taxing.
Yeah. And talk to me about that personally. When you're saying it's taxing, can you just outline some of the ways in which it taxes you as an individual?
For me, I feel like it made me become less empathetic to people's situations. Because when I hear a lot of different problems, it kind of sounds like a TV show. Like I'm just watching it happen. I'm not processing it or like there's no feeling it anymore.
So you're numb.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's because of the onset of multiple problems or multiple situations at one time.
Yeah. And once you deal with this situation, you have another one to go to.
Facts. Fox, talk to us.
Just to piggyback off what he was saying about being less empathetic outside of the work. After work, it's, I find myself, I don't really have a lot of empathy for people who are not doing nothing. I feel like, man, they come and they have these problems. And today I seen somebody. I'm gonna say it. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I see men out there with the Jordans on and the clean t-shirts, and they be on the side of the road and they want my $5.
Put your microphone closer to your face, please.
They want my $5.
They want your $5.
Yeah, they want 5 and 20, and they got Jordans on and white t-shirts on, and I'd be less empathetic of their situation because they staying in front of these establishments that gotta help want to sign right in front of them. And people seem like they want something from us, but I've exhausted my time and my energy amongst my community, amongst our children, and I'm fortunate and unfortunate at the same time in this position in our field of work. Meaning, I don't have children, but I have children.
Yeah.
So I don't have to. Some people have children they actually have to go home to after this job. Me myself, these children are my children, but when they see us in the form of what Adrian was saying, it's taxing. They jump on our back when they see us. They happy to see us, and I'm happy to see them too. But I got 4 and 5 kids jumping on my back to get one off, just to get another one off, just to get another one on, just to get another one off, just to be told by another school official, hey, they can't do that. Well, what are you doing?
Ooh.
What are you doing? Where are you at? And after
why they not jumping on you?
Why they're not jumping on you? But then they walk off.
Yeah.
But you'll write this piece of paper on me because I'm black. I'm black, so I'm doing something wrong with the child. That's abusive or that's this and that. But it's not abuse. That's the way our culture shows love. That's the way they see it. These children, some of them don't have daddies. They don't have uncles. They miss their big brother. Their uncle is in jail. Some of them, they flat out tell us, man, you look like my dad. Some of the little girls, they flat out tell me and Adrian on the school run, I ain't seen my dad since March. Or they tell us, I'm about to get to see my dad this weekend, just to come back next week. And they say, I didn't get to see him.
Yeah.
But they happy to see you. They want to jump on my back.
They want to hold your hand. They want you to come be their lunch buddy. And they get attitude too. When he be like, I gotta stay outside. They came and got him.
Even like to piggyback like what he was saying, I went to your school one time. They saw that I was next to Adrian, hugged me. Like, that's crazy. I don't know you. You don't know me. But like, you felt comfortable enough to come and hug me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So I felt what you were saying.
When Adrian when he said the kids, they understand our intention.
Yeah.
They gonna hug you because they know I'm a safe person.
Yeah, exactly.
But this other person, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, the white people that be on the campus that try to make me the danger, they don't see you as safe. They see me as safe.
Why is that though?
Because they not interacting with them. They barking these orders at them that come from this pamphlet that's outdated.
Come on with the pamphlet.
and they trying to say this is the way you have to deal with these children. But these kids is all up on top of the thing. They fighting all at the swings. They doing what kids do. They need somebody to tell them and help understand what's going on. Walk them through that. Hey, I feel like this. It was my turn for the swing next. They don't know how to share yet. They don't know how to talk yet. And then as we get on other school campuses with some of the older children, like we was today with even older girls.
Yeah.
They was gonna squabble up after we was done teaching them the session because
somebody said something that somebody didn't like.
And we was teaching them the difference between reacting and responding. Nobody ain't taught them that yet. Nobody ain't gave them that yet. And it's taxing when we're giving them this information and then we see they didn't quite get it yet. And I gave you all I had from my heartfelt situation, but I'm ready for tomorrow as well. I'm going to come back in here tomorrow
And we got to reinforce it because it's repetition, right?
Because I need you to get this lesson because I don't want you to be the statistic. The only way for us to not be statistics is to not be the statistic. You have to put in that work. So the taxing part, as you were speaking to, when I'm coming off of work, I don't have the empathy, like Adrian was saying, for those who are not helping not be the statistic. But I have a mouthful of problems.
See, and I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I'm always dealing with everybody else's problems, so much so I don't even deal with my own.
Okay. That's how I feel.
And I'm looking at Terrell, and Terrell's just like a deer in headlights right now. And I'm just going to pick on you because I can. So you're starting a new school. And you hear what they're saying about dealing with multiple problems. And I know that you attend BBSN on Wednesdays. What is something that sticks out? And they're on Wednesdays right now temporarily until they move back to Mondays.
Can you say what BBSN stands for?
You absolutely can.
Black Boy Support Network.
Black Boy Support Network. Shout out to Carlos in the chat. But you've been attending the BBSN sessions. What has been, and I know you were here before, what has been the difference with, Fox coming in and you have this and Jordan and Adrian and you have all of them coming in now? What do you think the biggest difference has been for you guys in your group?
Well, I mean, for one, we've grown in size, which is always good.
Always good.
So with the amount of boys that are here, we have our mentors, but we also have our older kids as well that are here to help with the younger kids. And I just think that the mentors, they make a emphasis on us being heard. Every time that we come into our meetings, first question is like, how's our day going? How's our week going? They make they want us to express our emotions so that anything that we dealt with before we got there, it's gone as soon as you come through the door. And that's what I mean, because they probably think I don't listen and I'm just here and I'm just
listening.
Yeah,
I know you listen.
So
I'm watching Fox's face and he got this big old smile on his face and Adrian smirking.
Because when I'm at my BBSN meetings, I'm there cracking jokes. I'm just having a good time. So they probably think I'm not in there listening.
Did y'all think that?
No, I know he listened. That's why before we started this, I said, what do you want to start up with next week? Because that's a position of responsibility when you're handling your business.
Right.
I know you have something to say. Cough it up, offer it. You a good young brother, man. He's out here handling his business as he should be.
Thank you. But just the emphasis that they put on like making sure that we're heard and that they're always just the emphasis on them being there for us. It's just the biggest thing that I see in BBSN.
Okay. And Keila, with you guys, because you guys do the sister group to the BBSN, BGSN, Black Girls Support Network. Are you guys growing? Are you guys coming into different topics? Like what has been the biggest transition since the summer?
I think for us, we're growing, but a lot of our girls, I think they like play volleyball and like just sports are involved. So I think lately it's been a little smaller, but we've actually created like lesson plans to have topics and like to really talk about what's going on. Meaning, like I was saying earlier, like how do you feel in your skin? How do you feel about your hair? And just like conversations like that. And I feel like we really engage in like, what do you guys want to talk about? And then we kind of emphasize that, and then we create a whole lesson plan off of it. We've literally done that with like 2 or 3 already. So yeah, kind of like what you're saying, we're really just trying to like listen, really get what you guys want to talk about and really give you that space to be able to talk about it.
So let me say that because you're telling me about the girls. So you guys are on campuses too. What has been the biggest challenges since the start of the school year for you guys on your campuses?
Challenge. I think for us, I hate to say it, girls like drama. And I feel like it's always about a boy, or it's always like, oh, well, she said my outfit wasn't popping or something. Like, it's just something silly, right? So I think girls not being a girl's girl, it gets hard because especially if you have 12 girls and you got 2 girls being mean. Okay, well, you're going to get kicked out. Like,
you're going to kick them out?
Yeah, don't be mean to my girl. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't know. So like, that's been a issue, I guess. But yeah, just more like if you're not a girl's girl, this isn't for you. And then if you want to learn how to be a girl's girl, you can come on in. My door's open.
Yeah. So you're saying you don't allow mean girls to tank the experience for other people.
Especially because I feel like, at least I can even speak for myself. In elementary school, I was very insecure. So if you're going to come over here and talk about me, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to shut down. So I feel like I've seen that. And once I've seen that, I have a conversation with the girl and I'm like, okay, so what's up? What do you need? And she'll tell me what she needs. And then I'll have like a one-on-one or whatever. And then she still wants to be mean girl. Okay, well, when you get your act right, you can come back.
Okay.
But that's not cool. You know what I mean? So that's been our biggest like thing, just drama, or like it's always, like I said, about a boy. And I think it's crazy how like a boy reflects your whole friendship, because it's friends over men or boys. So
it's friends over boys. That's a new thing
for me. Don't do that. That boy is not going to stick around. Like, what? You're an elementary school girl.
Adrian, challenges. What do you think your biggest challenges have been so far since the start of the school year? Because you guys are on almost 2 campuses, and then you hold in-person meetings in the office. What have been some of your challenges dealing with the boys?
Challenges dealing with the boys is some of them are hard-headed. So it takes a lot to get through to them. You can have multiple conversations about the same thing, and then they'll still do it. So I would say that's the biggest challenge, but I think kind of why our mentors are so special and like why we've had consistent kids is because you could tell how that we care, and our patience with dealing with the kids is a lot.
I got a lot of patience.
So every time we're gonna keep telling them, if it's gonna help them, we'll keep telling, we'll keep having those conversations. But I would say that's the biggest challenge.
Fox, biggest challenge?
I would say the biggest challenge to me is other people that work are either in the field or around the field that are not as serious or as intentional as I am or my other mentors are. Meaning I'm in.
And I'm gonna write a whole glossary of these words that you come up with, because I think you just said intentional.
I am intentional.
Okay, I'm gonna write a whole dictionary. Go ahead.
They don't back us up. So the biggest challenge would be the time. I only have a limited amount of time with one of these young boys. And in my amount of time, I'm doing my job, and I get it. And like Adrian said, we telling him for the 3rd time. But when he gets away from me, he's back into the classroom with a teacher who's not so serious, or has to go home with a parent who's not so serious. And because they want to coddle this child, or they just want to pass him off. I'm not trying to hear what you're saying here. Here's this Nintendo. Here's this ice cream. Here's these crayons. Go in the corner. You're not really following up with the discipline that we just instilled into this child, and he's actually ready for. He's ready for this discipline. He's sat down. He has admitted his wrong. He knows what's up next. He knows what's expected for him next. Now I send him back to you, and you tell him, it's not really that serious. It's just sit down. He needs the discipline.
The follow through.
He needs to follow through, and he doesn't get to see me again until next Wednesday. But when he sees me again next Wednesday, he's serious. When he sees Adrian again next Thursday, he's serious. When the girls see her again next Wednesday, they serious. When they see you, they serious. They see you come in the door, they automatically know.
She's not a morning person.
And they follow through. We breaking up these fights without even putting our hands on the children. Hey,
knock it off.
Cut that out. But they know because we serious, and they also know I mean you no harm.
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna steer you right. Let's talk about this. Let's get through this situation. Now when I'm gone, I'm a little bit upset because I have no follow through with the other people, the allies that we are supposed to have within these agencies. And these allies are the principals, the teachers, the parents. They're not following through, but they want to thank us. They'll thank you fast.
And everybody got a job for you to do, and everybody has something to say about what needs to happen, right? Or I got this problem. Everybody wants to pass a problem off to you, but there is no follow through or no consistency in addressing it. So I can understand how that would be a challenge. Terrell, what challenges you've had since the school year started?
Complacency. In the sense that.
Thank you for that. I love the honesty. Thank you.
In the sense that I have straight A's right now. So in just having those straight A's, feeling like I've done enough, and I'm only 2 months in the school. So now it gets
good start, baby. Good start.
It gets to the point. It gets to the point where I'm pushing my work, and I'm pushing it, and I'm doing it at the last minute, and then it's just like, now those grades start to slip a little bit because you feel like you've done enough and you're only a month into school. So just keeping my motivation and my drive to make sure that I'm doing my work and getting it in on time and doing my work well. And yeah, just that, and keeping that through the whole year and not just stressing myself out, just having a good balance, especially like with me playing sports too, because it's just like you get home, you're tired, you don't want to do work, but you know you have to do it. So it's just like not being stuck in one spot, like not being stuck in the spirit of laziness like that.
Gotcha. Hey, Anaya, I see you in my chat. You ain't on my show. I'm confused, but hey there anyway. With you, how can we help you? How can we help you keep your motivation? What can your mentors do to make sure that they're intentional about responding to you when you are lacking your motivation?
I mean, like when I come into my BBSN meetings, I mean for all of us that are attending BBSN, just making sure that we've got our work done, you know, maybe dedicating time to us doing our work some days. I mean, it doesn't have to be every day, you know, because we have our conversations and things that we talk about. But, you know, we can have a BBSN work day where we come in and we do our
I
work.
hear a BBSN study hall. But go ahead.
And where we just come in and y'all help us with our work, or if somebody
aside from the Thursday meeting or the Wednesday meetings, you mean like an extra day?
I mean, if that's what you guys choose to do.
Are y'all listening? Y'all taking notes?
Yeah, that
we ain't never not listening.
Here you go.
Right. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just allocating the time to help us on work that we either need to get done or just motivating us. You know, hey, you want to graduate, right? Get this work done. Just things like that.
That's dope. Yeah. And I'm thinking about the challenges that I'm experiencing just from a higher level. Everybody thinks that we're not doing anything. So everybody wants what they want when they want it. And they don't realize that the investment has to be there. Or there's some folks who want to contribute a minute amount of money and they want a lot of your time. And so trying to play that balancing act, everybody's pushing every which way. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, what is in the best interest of my team? How can we make sure that we're not letting any balls drop? And then, of course, you know, how am I making sure all 16 of them get paid, right? And that's always a constant worry for someone in my position. I don't ever want to bring on a team member and then say, oh man, we got to lay people off because I can't pay you. And so I think that making sure people who are wanting our services are serious has to be at the top of our priority list. Making sure we're not allowing responsibilities to fall by the wayside. That means we need, you know, some committed individuals, some committed adults. And so we are currently hiring. If you are looking for a job and you want to become part of Team BYLP, make sure you apply. Put your hand down. You play sports. And you know, we don't want you to take on these adult problems right now.
Sports is playing different positions, man. You can play a different position.
Yeah. Okay. During the school day, when we need people.
If he's responsible enough,
he's at school.
He can come. BBSN is.
You hear this guy?
I'm trying to advocate for you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You lost that one. You lost that one.
So it's about like you said, trying to find a balance, right? And then of course you got your personal lives. You have personal things outside of here that you know you're doing and that we're doing, right? And so just trying to find a balance is always a challenge because I'm tired all the time. But we're doing such great work. I don't see us, you know, just putting anybody down. But at the same time, I'm not there to do people's jobs. And if you want me to come in and do your job, I need your paycheck. How about that? And they don't want to have that conversation. And those are the only ones I'm trying to entertain at this point, because we are good at what we do. Our experience and our expertise comes in handy in multiple situations. And it's time for people to put their money where their mouth is. I don't want people just talking to me just to talk. I don't want to meet just to meet. I don't have time like that no more.
Right.
And so those are the things that I'm looking at. And it's difficult to balance 16 personalities along with community and their personalities, along with administrators and their personalities, teachers and their personalities. My patience is not where it should be. And I feel like, and I've been saying this, you know, for lots of weeks now, I'm like an exposed nerve. Anybody could get it. You know what I mean? And that's a challenge right now, is how do I regulate what I'm feeling on a daily to provide quality services to the community. And I think that we need more understanding community members, and we need parents pulling their weight, teachers pulling their weight, administrators pulling their weight, because we're not here to pull everybody's weight unless we pull in your paycheck. And that's just what it has to be. It's been interesting. It's been very, very interesting. And, I don't say that lightly. I'm saying that to say time out for them just exploiting us for our talents. Giving us pennies while they reap the benefits. We're not doing that no more. What do you think, Keela? What do you think?
I'm just kind of thinking like you always have to be 100% like when you go out there, right? So I just think it takes like a toll sometimes. But I feel like for me, like the whole self-care thing and stuff, like you really need to implement that.
What is that?
Self-care? Like for me, okay, because like for me, if I don't go to the gym, I'm pissed off. Like, so that's like my getaway lately. And I feel like once I don't go, like I do have a bad day. But like it's just like I just feel like everybody needs to really take time out of their day to really implement something they want to do, regardless if that's, I want to color for an hour. Color for an hour. Like just do that to really be like to give yourself to be that 100% that you need to be when you go to the schools.
So speaking of self-care, before I get to that, hey, Miss Tawana in the chat, you right, all hands need to be on deck, period. Adrian, self-care, how are you taking care of yourself?
Lately I've been falling back on it, but I used to like go on walks.
Go on walks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to start doing that again.
That would be beautiful.
It would.
How do you take care of yourself, Terrell?
I'm fine.
What?
I'm trying to.
You just hit me. What was that?
But with school starting, like I said, I'm just trying to find that balance. But implementing, God into my everyday life is something that I've been working on since I believe that I've started to grow more of my faith around June.
Okay.
And so with school starting, I've been slacking a little bit because it's just like I've had late nights up doing homework and things like that. And then by the time it's time to go to bed, I don't want to open up my Bible and just do things that I need to do. So, for me, just taking the time out to, talk to God, that's what personally brings me peace and allows me not to stress about certain situations that I go through on a day-to-day basis. So just taking the time out to really do those things is something that I've been slacking on. But, he's always there for me and, it just helps.
You're just growing up right before my eyes. Aw. Fox, self-care.
I don't have time for it right now.
Oh.
I wish.
He sound like me.
You better make time.
I've been doing this for so long.
Doing what? What you been doing?
This level of work. I've started off doing it on myself first from a position of where I was at in life. I've been in a lot of different positions in life that were not always on the better side of the law, and I had to do a lot of self work on myself before I got here. So for me, this work is exciting, and it's also a way of making amends for me amongst not just myself for my personal wrongs in life, but amongst my community and being able to show my community that, hey, brothers can change, things can do different. I have to be a walking example of that. I'm not always correct. I'm sometimes weird, but I have an excuse of why I come in the room and I'm intentional, and this is what I'm trying to get done. And can I help you? You know, can I help you? I still know I don't feel like I have tilted the scale from my wrongs and rights in life. So I feel the self-care, and I feel what you're saying. Like you need to make time. I work out and I get it in when I can, and when I can, I don't cry about it. My work ain't done yet. I'm here for a reason, and it's not a season for me. This is what I do. And although yes, there is a such thing as burnout, I don't believe it'll ever be a burnout because I haven't done nearly my part in what I feel like I need to do. I just get tired. I get tired, and I some weekends I get more rest than others. But my job is to show up and protect these children. My job is to make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to them. What happened to you doesn't happen to them. So what happened to you with things that when I hear that hey, this is still going on in your school, I'll be there. I will pull up. What? This is still going on? I got a problem. I'm energized by such a thing.
Right.
He's doing something he loves.
Exactly. So it's that. This is something that I love. So even though I get tired, I wake up ready. And I wake up with the same energy of knowing showing up wrong will be harmful for those I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
Nobody needs another unhelpful person in the room.
How about that?
Nobody needs another person who's showing up just flipping off at the lip. And sometimes that takes action. And sometimes that takes me being the weird guy and asking over again, hey, do you need help? Are you sure you don't need help? Let me go ahead and get that.
Well, some people aren't used to people asking them if they need help, right?
Correct.
And so they don't know how to take that, right? And I think that when we always talk about this self-care stuff. I'm terrible. I don't like, what is that? What is that? I'm more so, how can I care for other people? But I'm realizing that I can't sustain that long term. So how can I start focusing on the things that I need as I'm focused on the things that my team needs? And so I'm going to Arizona to the Jazz Festival. That's what I'm gonna do. I get my massages every 2 weeks. I get my nails done and my feet done, and although those are little things, that is a time when I'm not on my phone talking to people about their problems.
Yeah, you look forward to that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. When I get my hair done, because that's important. The red has to stay red because, people get on my nerves and the white be showing up. And so I got to go see my lady, Miss Angie, every once in a while, maybe every other week, every 2 weeks. I don't know.
The white people or the white hair?
The white hair. Don't do it. Don't do me. Don't do me like that. Look, I said people be getting on my nerves.
You better listen.
He be trying it. But, I take time out to do those little things, and that's a start. What she say? Oh, thank you, Miss Tawana. Yes, ma'am. I do deserve it all, and I'm going to do it all. And I think that it's important that we find things that bring us joy. So really quickly, Adrian, what brings you joy? Tell me something that brings you joy.
Hey, right on the spot.
Yeah, right on the spot. Y'all be thinking, because I'm coming to y'all next.
What brings me joy is
talking real slow.
I'm trying to come up with an answer. He knows it's a
podcast and you can't not start. I stole your line.
Keela, what brings you joy while we're waiting for Adrian?
I should have shut it up.
Yeah, you should have.
What brings me joy?
Yeah, what makes your heart smile?
I like hanging out with my sisters. When we're all together, I feel like my heart is full.
Oh.
And I feel like it doesn't happen as much as it should because we all live in the same city, but we all are getting older. So yeah, when I have that once a month time, it's
once a month.
Yeah, like all of us together. Yeah, I hang out with them separately.
Okay.
But all together, it's really nice. So I look forward to that all the time.
Terrell shaking his head no, so that means that I'm coming to him next. What brings you joy, baby?
What brings me joy? I can't tell you, to be honest.
You don't know what makes you happy?
A lot of things make me happy.
Okay, give me one.
It's just
that little girl that's in the front row of your class.
Nah.
Okay, tell me.
It's not a priority right now.
Come on, baby. Yes.
Girls got cooties till they graduate. Okay.
Okay, Fox.
I was talking about that, I had went to my phone, man. That's what make me happy, man. I get to.
They can't see that, baby. So tell them what it is.
It's my nephew, man. I get to see when I get to see my nephew, and I get to look at him, and I get to pick him up. He only 2 years old, but he's another generation of our family. He's the youngest boy in the family, and when I get to see him and make sure that he's never nothing like what I used to be, when I get to make sure that he got good shoes to run and play in, clean clothes. His mama's very picky. My sister's very picky about what he eat. I had to sneak him around the corner this weekend. He had his first soda. I gave him that good root beer, let him drink that thing up and came back in the room smiling. And she was, "What did you do?" That made me happy. The moment she said, "What did you do?" I was happy because I was there to be able to do it. I can afford to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And there was nothing that was stopping me from being able to do it. And I didn't do anything that damaged that boy's life by just giving him a soda. Maybe a little sweet. A little sweets in the system. He didn't go to bed on time. But I was able to be the uncle that he needs me to be.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Adrian, you think of something yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say being around my cousins.
Okay.
Because I don't have siblings.
Okay.
So that time that we can get together, and whether it be like once every 3 months or something, like we'll go 3 months without talking, and then we'll set something up, and it'll be like we've been talking every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Terrell, I'm coming back to you. What brings you joy?
Seeing things that I work hard for and seeing my work pay off. So like whether it just be I clean the house. My mom comes home, she's happy because the house is clean. I mean,
your brother looked at you like he's lying.
He don't. We're not gonna. This is why he's.
I wish y'all could see Tevin behind the computer right now.
That's why he's behind the scenes.
That's why he's behind the scenes. We're not gonna talk about.
He said that was a little bit of revisionist history, sir.
But whether it be things like clean the house or like me working, staying up late to do my work.
Okay.
And then seeing my grade go up, and now I have one of the highest grades in my class, and my teacher acknowledges it. Just things like that. Just knowing that I worked hard for something and seeing the result of it, a good result. Those are things that bring me happiness.
I love that. I have a lot of things that bring me happiness, and happiness is fleeting. But my Tina Bina brings me happiness. That's my boo. Experiencing love brings me happiness, whatever form that comes in, whether it's, between me and my best friend, or me and Tina, my family, pulling up on my sister, when she's in distress. Those things bring me happiness. But when I'm thinking about it, and we go back to self-care, a lot of my stuff is outside of me.
Okay.
A lot of things that make me happy are outside of me. Like, I don't know. So maybe I have to revisit the things that make me happy. I'm going to have to figure that out. Man. So we have two of us that are not here today. Melissa got called into work, and she started her semester over at Cal Berkeley. And so she will be joining us next week so that we can get an update on what's been going on with her. She is living her big girl life.
Yes, she is.
I don't know how I feel about it.
She posted she was at her first football game.
Oh, I haven't been on social media, so I haven't seen
her.
You've been stalking Melissa?
Yeah, I've been on her. Shout out to her. But yeah, no, I literally swipe up. I'm like, oh my God, you're just getting so, oh my God.
She is. And she did spend a weekend with me a couple weeks ago. And I got to see her, but she's just such a big girl now. And I'm like thinking of the freshman that I met, and now she's a freshman, but in college. And I'm just like, girl, slow down. Slow down. Also, shout out to Crystal. Crystal made it to town overnight. They moved a young man into UC Davis. And so we got to spend some time with her. And then Anaya's not here. But I don't know why she's not here. She told me she would be here this week. I don't know where Anaya at, but she's in her sophomore year over at Howard. And so we just.
She doing all right.
She doing all right, sis? Okay. I mean, you would know. She don't really call me. She told me she talks to you every day. I get a message every now and again, but I know she attended some retreat, so she didn't come up. But I'm so proud of the things that we've been able to accomplish so far. I love seeing you. I mean, gosh, he's talking about God. Like, you know what I mean? Terrell, really? Terrell is growing up right before our eyes, and we have so many young people that are matriculating through this program, and we're getting to see them just develop, and that makes me happy, Terrell. It makes me happy to see you and to see how you're progressing and how you're just developing into this beautiful young man. You ain't a man yet. I'm gonna remind you until you turn 18. But just to see you and just to watch you grow facial hair, like I'm over here tripping.
No, yeah, I saw him. I said, "Oh shoot, I ain't seen you in a minute."
Right?
You look like that.
Who are you? But those are the things that as someone who runs a program, and, shout out to Valerie, because Valerie came through this program too. She's functioning as our administrative assistant. But just to watch you guys blossom as you go through this program, and, I don't know what's wrong with y'all because I'm not aging. Y'all are getting older, and I'm just sitting over here more fabulous than before. But I'm just trying to figure out what's popping because everybody else seems to be getting old, not me. But to see you develop, baby, it's does my heart good. So I just wanted to tell you that if I never gave you your flowers, I'm gonna give you your flowers today. I love to see that. That's what makes me happy, to know that the investment we are putting into community is paying off through someone like you. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So look, I know that we started a little late, but we gonna end on time. Catch us next week for another episode of Black versus the Board of Education. We're gonna hit you with that good peace sign and see y'all next week. Peace.